Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are making apple pie. So I'm out in the garden picking up the last few apples that's left on the tree. I know you really want to see how it turns out, so keep watching. Okay, so for the apple pie we will need 6 to 8 medium-sized apple. So we will need to peel them, core them and cut them into chunks. We will need a few things to add to them, so let me just show you what all those ingredients we will be needing. We will need 50 gram of brown sugar, 50 gram of white sugar, cinnamon, a teaspoon or 1.5 teaspoon cinnamon powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and lemon juice, about that much, but I've already juiced it. We will start by peeling the apples and we'll cut them into chunks. Apples, we peel them, core them and cut them into chunks. I'm just going to put them in a clean bowl. It's in a clean bowl, and now we're just going to add all the spices we have prepared. So in goes the 50 gram of brown sugar, 50 gram of white sugar, 1 to 1.5 teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of salt, and finally the lemon juice. All we have to do now is mix this all well. Now that we mixed it, we have to leave it for half an hour to 1 hour at room temperature. Just put it aside, and what we are hoping for is for the juice from the apple to come out, and we will be using that juice later when we're baking. Let's just set it aside for half an hour. For the crust we will need 3 cups of plain flour, which we will put in a bowl. We'll also need 215 gram of unsalted butter. Because we need to cut this butter in chunks, you need to have it fresh out of the fridge. It cannot be melted or soft because you wouldn't be able to cut it. Let's do this. For the pastry you also need half teaspoon of salt and 6 to 8 tablespoons of water. We've added the butter to the all-purpose flour, so we just have to mix it coarsely now. You could use a food processor for this if you have one. Right, so now that it's done coarsely, we'll just add the salt, half a teaspoon. We won't be needing too much water, just a tiny little bit, just to make sure. Right, so yeah, if you feel that you put too much water and it's a bit sticky, do feel free to just add some dry flour. And look, it's all nicely done now. I'm just nice and soft, and just cut it into 2. So one will be for the base and one will be for the top layer. There you go. Now wrap those in cling paper and put in the fridge for half an hour. Okay, so it's been about an hour. I'm just going to sieve this apple mixture in to get the juice that's collected underneath the mixture. So we've got so much juice. We are going to pour it in this pan. 1 tablespoon of butter and reduce it. This juice has really reduced and thickened because we added some flour to it. So all we'll do is mix it with apples, mix it all well. So we'll now sprinkle our worktop with some flour and roll out the first pie crust. The easiest way to transfer this crust to your tray is just to wrap it around your rolling pin and then transfer it to your tray and then unroll it over the top. Mold that gently into the tray to create the base. It's now time to add all the apple mixture in the tray. We'll now move on to the second pie crust, rolling it out in the same way we did as the first one. Using a pizza cutter or a knife, and now cut the crust into 10 to 12 even-sized strips. These we will use to create a lattice top for the pie. Use the leftover bits of crust to seal the edges of the pie. We will now brush some milk over the top of the pie and then finish off by sprinkling some sugar before putting it in the oven. Preheat the oven for 5 minutes, then bake the pie for 45 minutes at gas mark 6, which is 200 degrees centigrade. And here we go, guys, the homemade apple pie is now ready and we are going to serve it with ice cream. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't done yet. See you in the next one. Bye bye.